Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's Zane JJ. Today I'm coming back with a video basically talking about Flynt Finance, a crypto option platform which I have done the video previously, which is gonna pop up like above. If you have not watched it, just click on it. So before we jump into the content itself, I'd like to tell you about more about Flynt Finance. Basically, Flynt Finance itself is a crypto option platform where you can put your crypto in, and after that, from there, you can basically generate passive income. And on this update itself, you've seen the thumbnail, I have made over like 40% APR, and after I'm going to show you the actual results, and after that, what is the opportunity out there. So disclaimer itself, yes, I'm affiliated with the platform, not paid to do this video, but of course just an affiliate program that I'm signed up on. So if let's say you're interested in signing up using my link down below, it will support the channel greatly. And of course, I do have a Patreon page, which is also linked down below if you want to support the channel. It is all linked down below. So over here, I would say this is not financial advice. Instead, it's just my own personal journey towards the crypto space, and of course, making opportunity for you guys to basically view. So if let's say you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification, and leave a thumbs up to this video. And without further ado, we are going to basically jump back onto the video talking about what is this Flynt Finance for those who are new, and of course it's just a recap video. So over here, if let's say you have watched my content previously, I have done a video talking about Flynt Finance. Over here, you can see on my YouTube itself, Flynt Finance basically review make like 42%. This is previously their yield itself, and of course as of today itself, the yield is I would say slightly greater. I'm going to show it to you later on. So over here on the video itself that I've talked about is basically talking about what is this company all about, and after that they are basically background check itself. And of course during the background check itself, some of my viewers told me that they found out that the company itself previously was registered under as I think some manufacturer logistics company, which is not relevant. And of course from there I asked who is that, basically I asked Hank about it, and after that from there on the group itself he clarified that the most updated information is on APR, basically Singapore's businesses directory. If you want to search more about them, you can just search about them on APR website. And after that over here I would say I've done quite basically a few content over there talking about what is this Flynt Finance, and after that the current events currently, and of course from there what is the FAQ, the Q&A session that I have with the CPO Hank. And after that from there, if you want to, you can watch it, which is gonna pop up. I mean it's already pop up earlier, just go and view it. And of course I would say it's a platform that you can see Flynt itself is a one-stop portfolio management platform which generate yields through fully back-tested option strategy. So over here it's not like Haru Invest or some other platform that is lending out your money. It's stuff like this, but of course we know that this is option trading. So trading itself is associated with high risk. So I would say only put the amount that you're comfortable with losing. And of course from there I would say we are sending the funds towards the centralized entity, therefore we can't really guarantee that they will basically keep our money safe, but of course they are going to use the funds to trade, therefore there's really a huge risk associated with it. And after that, the next risk about it is basically sending your funds toward them, because in the crypto space, if you don't own your crypto, you don't own the private key itself, it's not your money technically. So only put the amount that you're willing to afford to lose. If let's say you are already storing your funds elsewhere instead of maybe on a software wallet or whatsoever, you will want to consider a hardware wallet, link down below. Just click on it if you want to buy a Ledger, Trezor, Cool wallet, or whatever hardware wallet out there that is in the market itself. And of course, without further ado, we are going to talk about the next stuff that is quite interesting itself, the proof of reserve. So over here on their Discord channel itself, they have this thing called the proof of funds. Basically, after FTX collapse itself, all of the company out there is trying to do this proof of reserve, Mercury tree or whatsoever, basically to prove to the clients that your funds that deposited with us is safe. And after that, this is the proof that the funds is here and there on chain itself. But of course, for Flynt Finance itself, they are not literally holding funds on chain itself. Instead, they are using exchanges like the Rebit, and after that from there to do like option trading. Therefore, I would say we are basically, there's multiple layer of risk if you want to know about that. Basically, first of all, the funds itself, you are sending towards them. So you don't own the private keys, you don't own, that means you don't own the crypto. Basically, you are sending them the funds to trade for you. And after that, the next risk associated is trading, because trading itself is not always guaranteed, but of course they have a good strategy, and of course they have a track record out there to basically prove to you guys that they have been back tested. And of course I already talked about their downside itself. The maximum they can lose is up to like 50% as of now. Basically that was the greatest loss that they have seen, but of course you can lose up to 100% definitely. And of course the third risk associated is on the rebate, because we are sending them our funds and they are sending our funds towards the rebate. And after that, from there, the security and custodian of the rebate itself will basically do their stuff to basically protect Flynt Finance. So if let's say the rebate like have a downfall or whatsoever, Flynt Finance will basically be affected. And after that, from there we know that from their compensation insurance plan itself, they are going to claim it from the rebate. And of course, once it's settled, then we will get our claim back. So this is the multiple layer of risk. And of course, from there, the proof of funds slash reserve that they can basically provide to us is their rebate account. So from time to time itself, 0x Tinker, basically one of the admin over there, he will basically prove to us that the funds are basically the strategy that they are using on Flynt Finance, I mean on the rebate itself, to do option trading on Discord channel. And after that, from there, this over here, if you don't know how to read it, is, I would say it's quite simple to understand it. So I'm going to explain to you how it works. So over here to basically understand how do this proof of funds work, because this over here is just too long, and to be honest, you might not understand what they are showing, because this is, I would say, this is just their rebate account. So if we zoom out itself on the picture itself, it's basically the commands to basically get the assets of cryptocurrency that is in the rebate account. And after that, this is just the API call. And after that, from there, if you want to zoom in itself, you can just zoom into this portion, which is down below. You can see, if let's say you want to see it, basically equity itself, you can see there's 29.25 blah 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 worth of Bitcoin. And of course, from there, you can see the currency is BTC, and the balance is 29.25. And after that, from there, you can see available to withdraw funds is 29.25. So this is the assets that currently that is on their Bitcoin portfolio. So how do you verify that this amount is real itself? It's simple. Just head back to Flynt Finance. Just select the strategy like Bitcoin itself. If you click on it itself, you will basically you'll be able to scroll down. So when you scroll down itself, you will see that this thing called the AUM, basically assets under management Bitcoin. You will see 29.215. So over here, if you click on it, you see 29.25. Basically, there's an increment on that because maybe they made some money off it. And of course, we can see that this update itself is done yesterday at around 4:07 p.m. And of course, from as of today itself, is already 26th of November around 6 p.m. my time. So yeah, basically the assets might have just increased, and after that, it has not been updated yet. And when you scroll down itself, this is basically their day-to-day returns itself on Flynt Finance itself. So without further ado, this is how you basically read the proof of reserve on Flynt Finance. And after that, from there, they are doing it like a bi-weekly time to time update on their Discord only. So I would say if you want to join, just join their Discord channel, which I'm going to link down below as well. And of course, lastly, I'm just going to show you my personal update of this 40 something percent APR. So over here on my personal update on Flynt Finance itself, I'm just going to show you my total portfolio. So over here, this is the Bitcoin strategy Core 5X strategy, which I've already subscribed. So over here, the subscription amount is 0.01 something Bitcoin. So I would already say, why did I only put like 0.01? Because this is the amount that I can afford to lose at this company, because first of all, they're slightly new. And after that, from there, I need time to basically see, basically test something to show you guys that this is the results. And after you can see the profit itself is showing 2.590%. And after that, I'm going to tell you how I came out with this 40 something percent, because this over here is percentage. And of course, I have easily made like 2%, 2.5% in 3 weeks. So over here, I'm going to show you the history call. So over here, this is my history on my portfolio. So over here, you can see on the 4th of November, which is earlier this month itself, I have already deposited like 0.01 Bitcoin to be subscribed into their strategy call. And after that, I already deposited my funds on the 31st of October. But it is not immediately being applied to the strategy, because I already said every week itself on Friday, they will basically accumulate the funds to basically, if let's say you made a new deposit on maybe Monday, you have to wait until Friday for them to basically use your funds to enter a option call strategy. And after that, from there, your funds will be utilized. And after that, from there, once it's being subscribed, you will basically wait for every week itself. So every week of Friday itself, you will basically enter this position, and after that, from there, your funds will be automatically compound into the next strategy call. If let's say you do not wish to basically, let's say you already compounded for 1 month and you want to withdraw your funds itself, on Monday itself, you can initiate a withdraw, but you will not immediately get your funds back, because they are going to wait until Friday. So when the expiry happens on Friday, it will basically return you the funds into your wallet. And of course, as of now, you can see this is the amount of Bitcoin that I've generated from week to week. So here, this is the first week, second week, and third week. So 3 weeks itself, I have generated almost 2.59%. If let's say I put in 1 Bitcoin itself, you can see you can just times 10 of it, and after that, from there, you are making like, percentage is just a number. But of course, the capital itself, if let's say you have a bigger capital and you are willing to risk more itself, definitely if you put more money in, you will basically generate more in the value. If let's say you want to talk about the percentage, always the same, That means I only put in $100 I'm just making like $4 in returns. And after if let's say you put in $10,000, you are gonna basically make $400 in returns. So it's just a simple concept. So how do I get the amount itself? So it's simple. So 3 weeks I already made like 2.59% itself. I'm gonna pull out a calculator. So over here we're gonna do a manual math with you. 2.59 divided by 3 weeks. And after that, this is every week I made around on average around 0.86%. And after that, over here you might be thinking, okay, so how do I find the yearly APR itself? Simple. I just type in on Google how many weeks is in the year itself. It's basically 52 weeks. So what I do on my calculator, simple, pull it up, and after that, this amount itself times by 52, and it will give me a number of 44.89. Basically, this is in annually, basically in the basically on all the strategy out there, they are gonna basically tell you the APR, APY itself. So over here, this is the APY. So over here, you can see as of now, they are pledging themselves to 68%. But for my own personal, maybe you want to call it in the game or whatsoever, in the game itself, I'm already subscribed to this amount, and after that, it generated me this 2%. So for my own personal portfolio / experience itself, I'm making basically 44.89% a year, and after that, for 3 weeks itself, making 2.59%. So I would say it's very decent. It's quite simple to understand, because on option calls itself, if you read about it, there's this thing called in the money or whatsoever. You basically can just open an option call. If you know what you're doing, you can open an option call, and it does not really need to hit the strike price. I don't know what's the strategy, but of course there's like this call. You can basically call a put, you can call a call, and after that, from there you can basically buy. You can short a long, you can short something like that. There's 4 ways to play it, and after that, it's kind of complicated, to be honest. And after that, from there, I hear people making money like using the option strategy itself, some kind of option strategy to basically deal whatever amount is in the contract itself. And after that, from there, you can see on the history itself, they have basically 27 Bitcoin in play. And after that, from there, they have made this amount of premiums. Yes, the thing is called premium. So you can generate premium through option call strategy. And after that, every percentage itself they have done is basically there's a APY over there. So here you can see last week itself we are at 103 APY, and after that, from there, this week itself is 42, because the returns itself has been slashed. I mean, it's still decent. I mean, honestly, every week it's making like on average maybe 0.7 or around 1%. If you want to do an average of everything, maybe 0.7% looks decent over here. And after that, over here, this is what they are doing. And of course, my own portfolio itself is not big, but of course, you can see that this over here has already generated me 2.59%. And over here, the returns shown in Bitcoin, and valid enough, shown in the US dollar value. So over here, 3 weeks, basically 100 and something dollars in the Flynt Finance using their Bitcoin option calls. I'm making around $4 in 3 weeks. So I would say it's much more decent than the bank, whatever they're offering. And after that, basically, I've come to the end of the video. If you want to join Flynt Finance using the link down below, support the channel, just use my link. Otherwise, you can just find your friends who is already in the platform. And of course, I would say, yes, I'm affiliated with them. So far, I would say I already included the risk that is associated with Flynt Finance. Basically, there's 3 layers of risk, and of course, I would say the number 4 risk itself is basically them rug pulling us. So over here, I would say unlikely to really happen, because they are a new company. First of all, they are here to help us generate some passive income, hopefully for a long run. And of course, I would say, if the company is rogue or whatsoever, I mean, to be honest, you still have to mature yourself to basically hit like I don't know, 100 or 1,000 worth of Bitcoin in your assets management, then you might consider to exit scam. So I would say I'm just speaking the truth over here. The company itself, to be honest, I do not know the insights. I do not know them personally, and I've just talked to them as a social media influencer on YouTube, basically talking about the company, asking them about some questions, stuff like this. So this is just our interaction. So I would say the company itself, not really insider from the company, not working for them or whatsoever. And after that, I would say everything has a risk associated with it, regardless it is regulated or not. So over here, if you really want to put some money to work itself on Flynt Finance, only put the amount that you can really afford to lose. Because first of all, I'm going to repeat this again, the risk associated. Alright, first risk itself, first of all, in crypto itself, when it's not your money, when it's not your private keys, it's not your money. So over here, you're already sending your funds from somewhere, your private self-custodian wallet, towards them. This is one of the risks. Basically, you technically don't own the money anymore. it's just under this interface that you own the money. So over here, this is one of the risks you have to know. So with the risk number one is associated to number two, basically rug pulling. So over here, the company is relatively new, and after they decided to just close the website down, basically your money, you cannot retrieve it. Even though you report to the police, you report to your authorities, you are friends with the United States or president, they can't really get back your money unless the person is being caught, and of course they can retrieve the funds. So these are the second risk associated, basically rug pulling. And of course, I would say unlikely to happen as of now because they are still new. And after that, from there, I believe hopefully they are here for the long run. And of course, the third risk itself, you have to know that they are not holding their funds on chain. So over here, they are holding it on the Deribit. So on the Deribit itself, basically we send our money to Flynt Finance. They send their money towards their Deribit account. So over here, there's this third layer of risk itself is the Deribit being hacked, the Deribit rug pulling on everyone, all the client, the Deribit proof of like basically have a bank run. Basically, people withdraw, everybody withdraw their funds from the Deribit, and after that, from there, they are unable to withdraw. Unable to process any more withdrawals because they have a liquidity crunch or something like that. So these are the risks associated on number three itself. Flynt is entrusting their funds toward Deribit, and of course, why do they do that? Because they need the platform to basically do their option trading. So this is the third risk that you should know of. And after that, lastly, the risk itself, I would say the risk itself, the last risk is for you to basically know how much you can afford to lose on this type of investment product itself. And after that, this is not a guaranteed one. So over here, number four itself, how much you can afford to lose, because if let's say the risk number 1, 2, 3 does not really happen, but the last risk that might happen is they have a technical issue, or maybe their option call strategy suddenly fail, or they have fat fingers or whatsoever, they accidentally click on the wrong button, and of course cost millions of dollars being lost, or even 50% or 100% of their whole portfolio will go to zero. So these are the stuff that you can expect. I mean, like, you must expect because they are doing trading. So trading itself is a high risk instrument, and after that, from there, you must know that you shouldn't take this as a guarantee amount that show over here. You can see that every week they are making money, but of course in some week or some rare instances they might go to a 50% drawdown as of what we've seen previously on their assets what is that strategy back test results itself. They have a drawdown of 52%, if I'm not wrong, or 48, something like that. But of course, this is just a rare instance from time to time, and after that, if you are unlucky to be subscribed in that week itself, yes, definitely you will lose that amount if that happened. But of course, I would say based on this track record itself, everything has been green since the start of basically August. They officially launched. Since the start until today, a few weeks itself, I would say the company is still fresh. They are making a good amount of greens, and after that, there's no rates as of now. So if let's say there's a rate that is going to happen, you can expect to lose up to 100% of your money itself, because the max drawdown itself, they did not really specify, and after that say that, oh, we will do a cap of 50%. None of that is being shown or announced to the clients itself. So we can expect to lose all of the money on this strategy call. And of course, from there, you can see the risk. Read more before you subscribe to anything over here. Just read, and after that, do your own due diligence before you put your funds into Flynt Finance. So this is the end of the content itself. If you like it, kindly leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notification. And I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye bye. Peace.